वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. So continuing with the great epic Mahabharata of Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, Bhagavat Yana Parva, chapter 799, part 136. Vaishambhayana said, after listening to Kunti's words, Maharata, Bhishma, and Drona spoke these words to Duryodhana, who was beyond control. O tiger among men, you have heard the words Kunti spoke in Krishna's presence. They are foremost and full of meaning. They are in conformity with supreme dharma. With Vasudeva's approval, the Kauntayas will act accordingly. O Kaurava, they will not be pacified without the kingdom. You oppressed the Parthians and Draupadi in the assembly hall, but they were then restrained by the noose of Dharma and had to tolerate it. However, Arjuna, skilled in the use of weapons, and Bhima, firm in his resolutions, and Gandiva, the two quivers, the chariot and the standard, Yudhishthira and Vasudeva as the ally, will no longer forgive. O mighty armed one, earlier you have yourself witnessed how the intelligent Partha vanquished everyone in battle in the city of Virata. The Nivata Kavacha Danavas, terrible in their deeds, were burnt in battle with his Rodra weapon, the weapon with flames. Karna and others, and you yourself with your arm of the expedition of the cattle. This is sufficient proof, O foremost among Bharata, peace with your brothers, the Pandavas. Save this entire earth, which is headed towards the jaws of death. Your elder brothers' conduct, this Yudhishthira, is in accordance with Dharma. He is affectionate. He is gentle in speech. He is pure. Get rid of these evil intentions and go to that tiger among men. If the Pandava sees that you have laid down your bow, the illustrious one will smoothen his brows and bring peace to our lineage. Having gone to him with your advisers, embrace that son of a king. O destroyer of enemies, honor the king as you used to do earlier. Let Kunti's son Yudhishthira, Bhima's elder brother, embrace you in his arms with affection when you greet him. Bhima is supreme among warriors. He has shoulders, thighs, and arms like a lion, and his arms are round and large. Let him embrace you with those arms. Kunti's son, Gudakesha Partha Dhananjaya, has a neck like a lion and eyes like lotuses. Let him salute you. The sons of the two Ashwins are tigers among men. and are unmatched in their beauty on earth. Let them affectionately honor you as they would for an elder. Let these kings, with Dasarha at the forefront, release tears of joy. O king, having discarded your vanity, be united with your brothers. Together with your brothers, rule the entire earth. Having happily embraced each other, let these kings return. O Indra among kings, refrain from war. Listen to the reasons of your well-wishers. In the case of war, the certain destruction of the Kshatriyas can be seen. The stars are against us. Birds and animals are behaving in a terrible way. Flaming meteors are seen to descend on your army. O Lord of earth, our mounts are miserable and seem to be weeping. Vultures are circling our soldiers in every direction. The city and the king's residence no longer seem to be as they used to be before. The directions are blazing, and jackals are inauspiciously howling in every direction. Listen to the words of your father and mother and of your well-wishers. O mighty armed one, peace or war depends on you. O destroyer of enemies, if you do not heed the advice of your well-wishers, you will see your soldiers oppressed by Partha's arrows. You will hear Bhima's loud roars and see his strength in battle. On hearing these and Gandiva's roar, you will remember my words. If you do not find my words to be acceptable, all of this will come to pass. Chapter 800, Part 137. Vaishampayan said, having been thus addressed, he was distracted. He glanced sideways and lowered his face. He furrowed the middle of his brows and did not say anything. On seeing him thus distracted, those bulls among men glanced at each other and spoke these words to the one who had not replied. Bhishma said, "O Partha," no, Bhishma said, "Partha is devoted. He is devoid of jealousy. He possesses the qualities of a Brahmin. He is devoted to the truth. What can be greater misery than having to fight with him?" Drona said, "O king, Dhananjaya is dearer to me than my own son Ashwathama. The one with the ape on his standard shows more reverence towards others than anyone else. If I have to fight with Dhananjaya, whom I love more than my own son, as a result of following the dharma of Kshatriyas, shame on the life of Kshatriyas. Because of my favors, there is no other archer in the world who is equal or superior to Bibatsu as an archer. One who betrays his friends, one who is wicked in his sentiments, one who is an atheist, one who is dishonest, and one who is deceitful, does not obtain worship from the virtuous, like an idiot who has arrived at a sacrifice. Though restrained from evil, an evil-souled one desires evil. Though tempted by evil, a person who is pure in soul desires purity. Though they have been treated with falsehood, they still remain affectionately inclined. O supreme among Bharatas, but your taints will lead to a bad end. You have been addressed by the eldest among the Kurus, by me, by Vidura, and also by Vasudeva, but you do not see what is beneficial. I have the forces. Thinking this, you wish to cross over. That is like crossing the Ganga with its crocodiles, alligators, and sharks during the rainy season. You think that you are now dressed in Yudhishthira's garments, but because of your avarice, you have only obtained the prosperity that he has cast away like a garland. Even in the forest, together with Draupadi, Partha Pandava enjoys a kingdom, surrounded by his brothers who wield weapons. Who can outwit him? When he met Illavila's son, footnote, Illavila's son is Kubera, whom all the kings serve as servants. Dharmaraja surpassed him in radiance. He obtained gems in Kubera's abode. Desiring the kingdom, the Pandavas are ready to invade your prosperous kingdom. We have offered gifts, we have offered oblations, we have studied, we have satisfied the Brahmanas with riches, we have lived our lives. Both of us know that we have accomplished our tasks. But you are discarding happiness, the kingdom, friends, and riches. You wish to wage war on the Pandavas, but you will confront a great calamity. Draupadi, the one who is truthful in her conduct, desires their victory. That goddess is terrible in her austerities and vows. How can you defeat the Pandava? Nardana is his advisor, and Dhananjaya, foremost among those who wield all weapons, is his brother. Brahmanas who have fortitude and have controlled their senses are his companions. He is brave and terrible in his austerities. How can you defeat the Pandava? I am telling you again, and as a well-wisher who desires to save the life of a well-wisher who is immersing himself in an ocean of disaster. Refrain from this war with those brave ones. Have peace with them, so that the Kurus can prosper. With your sons, advisors, and forces, do not advance towards defeat. Section 55, Karna Upanivada Parva. This section has 351 shlokas and 11 chapters. Nivada is an invitation, and Upa has the connotation of secret. This section is in the nature of a secret invitation to Karna. Both Krishna and Kunti try to wean Karna away, but fail. Chapter 801, part 1 through 8. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, before Madhusudana left, surrounded by the priests and the advisors, he instructed Karna to ascend the chariot. What did the destroyer of enemy warriors tell Radha on the chariot? What comforting words did Govinda tell the son of Asuka? Krishna speaks in a voice that roars like a flood or a cloud. O Sanjaya, whether it was mildly or whether it was sharply, what did he tell Karna? Sanjaya replied, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, listen to what Madhusudana, whose soul cannot be measured, told Radha. I will recount the words in their entirety, both sharp and mild. They were pleasant and in conformity with Dharma. They were truthful and beneficial. They were acceptable to the heart. Vasudeva said, O Radha, you have served Brahmins who are learned in the Vedas. Free of jealousy and attentively you have asked them about the truth. O Karna, you know the eternal teachings of the Vedas. You know about the sacred texts of Dharma and their subjects. People who know about the sacred texts say that a son who is born to a maiden before her marriage is as much of a son as one who is born from a father after marriage. O Karna, you have been born in this fashion. According to Dharma, you are Pandu's son. According to the instructions of the sacred texts of Dharma, come with me and you will become a king. The Partras are on your father's side, and the Vrishnis are on your mother's side. O bull among men, know that both these sides are your own lineage. O son, come with me now, and the Pandavas will recognize you as a Kaunteya who has been born before Yudhishthira. The 5 Pandavas will grasp your feet as brothers, together with the 5 sons of Draupadi and Subhadra's unvanquished son. O kings, the kings and princes who have gathered together in the cause of the Pandavas, and all the Andakas and Vrishnis will grasp your feet. The kings, the wives of kings, and the daughters of kings will bring gold, silver, and earthen vessels, herbs, all kinds of seeds, all kinds of gems and creepers for your anointment. At the 6th point in time, Draupadi will have intercourse with you. Let the Brahmanas who are acquainted with the 4 Vedas consecrate you today, assisted by the priest of the Pandavas. The 5 Pandava brothers who are bulls among men, Draupadi's 5 sons, the Panchalas and the Chedis. You will be seated on the skin of a tiger. I will myself instate you as king and lord of the earth. Kunti's son, King Yudhishthira, will be the heir apparent. Kunti's son Yudhishthira, rigid in his vows and with dharma in his soul, will ascend the chariot behind you and hold a white umbrella. O Kaunteya, the immensely strong Bhimasena will hold a giant white umbrella above your head when you are consecrated. Your chariot will have hundreds of bells that make a noise and will be strewn with the skins of tigers. It will be yoked to white horses, and Arjuna will drive it. Abhimanyu, Nakula, Sahadeva, and Draupadi's 5 sons will always be stationed near for your instructions. The Panchalas, Maharathas, Sikandi will follow you. I will myself follow you, and so will all the Andakas, Vrishnis, and Dasarhas. O Lord of the earth, the Dasarhas will be part of your family. O mighty armed one, enjoy the kingdom together with your Pandava brothers. Practice meditation, offer oblations, observe other auspicious signs. Let the Dravidas, together with the Kuntalas, follow you with the Andhras, Talachakras, Chuchupas, and Venupas. Let bards and minstrels sing your praises in many ways. Let the Pandavas proclaim Vashusena's triumph. O Kaunteya, surrounded by the Partras, like the moon is by the Nakshatras, rule over the kingdom and delight Kunti. Let your friends rejoice and let your enemies suffer. Today, let there be fraternity between you and your Pandava brothers. I'll read one more. 802, 139. Karna said, O Keshava, I have no doubt that you are affectionately speaking to me as a well-wisher. O Varshneya, as a friend, you wish for my welfare. I also know everything about my being Pandu's son under the norms of Dharma. O Krishna, these are the instructions of the sacred texts of Dharma as you have interpreted them. O Janardana, as a maiden, she conceived me in her womb through the sun. Once I was born, she abandoned me on the instructions of the sun. O Krishna, I was born in this way, Pandu's son, under the norms of Dharma. However, Kunti did not think of my welfare and cast me out as one undesired. As soon as he saw me, the Suta Adhirata took me home. Oh, Madhusudana, out of affection towards me, he gave me to Radha. Out of affection towards me, milk flowed from Radha's breasts. Oh, Madhava, she accepted my urine and my excrement. How can someone like me ignore the ancestral oblations that are due to her? I am learned in Dharma. I have always devoted myself to listening to the sacred texts of Dharma. Sutta Adhirata thinks of me as a son. Out of affection towards him, I have always thought of him as a father. O Madhava, O Janardana, out of affection towards his son, he had my birthrights performed, in accordance with the prescriptions of the sacred texts. He got Brahmanas to name me Vashushena. O Keshava, when I attained youth, he had me married to wives. O Janardana, I have given birth to sons and grandsons through them. O Krishna, my heart is tied with bonds of affection to them. O Govinda, the entire earth, masses of gold, delight and fear, cannot incite me to be false towards these. O Krishna, in Dhritarashtra's lineage, I have obtained refuge with Duryodhana. I have enjoyed a kingdom for 13 years without any thorns. I have offered oblations and performed many sacrifices, but in the company of suitors. I have issued invitations and undertaken matrimonial alliances, but in the company of suitors. O Krishna, O Varshneva, on obtaining me on his side, Duryodhana has raised his weapons and is ready for war with the Pandavas. O Achyuta, therefore I have been confidently chosen as the supreme warrior to counter Sabyasachi in a duel with chariots. O Janardana, I cannot be false to Dhritarashtra's intelligent son because of death, bondage, fear, or greed. O Hrishikesha, if I do not fight with Sabyasachi now in a duel with chariots, that will bring ill fame to both me and Partha. O Madhusudana, there is no doubt that you have spoken with my welfare in mind. There is no doubt that all the Pandavas will act in accordance with your instructions. O Purushottama, you should not reveal this conversation between us. O descendant of the Yadava lineage, I think that this will be in everyone's interests. If the king who has Dharma in his soul and is rigid in his vows knows that I am Kunti's first son, he will not accept the kingdom. O Madhusudana, O destroyer of enemies, even if I obtain this large and prosperous kingdom, I will hand it over to Duryodhana. Yudhishthira has Dharma in his soul. He has Rishikesha as a leader and Dhananjaya as a warrior. May he be the king forever. O Madhava, Maharata Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, Draupadi's sons, Uttamauja, Yuddhamanyu, Satyadharma, Somaki, Chaidya, Chechitana, the unvanquished Sikandi, and the Kekaya brothers who have the complexions of fireflies, Maharata Kuntiboja, who has the complexion of a rainbow, Bhimasena's maternal uncle, Maharaja Senajit, and Virata's son Shankar are on his side. The earth and the kingdom will be his. O Janardana, you are his treasury. O Krishna, this large assemblage of Kshatriyas has been brought together. This resplendent kingdom, famous among all the kings, has already been won. O Varshnaya, Dhritarashtra's son will undertake a sacrifice with weapons. O Janardana, you will be the one who will witness this sacrifice. O Krishna, when the sacrifice is performed, you will be the Advaryu. Vivatsu, with the ape on his banner, will gird himself as the Hotar. Gandiva will be the ladle. The valor of men will be the clarified butter, unleashed by Sabyasachi, Indra, Pashupata, Brahma, and Stunakarna will be mantras, matching his father in valor and even surpassing him. Subhadra's son will be the Gravostotra. Yet again, the immensely strong Bhima, the tiger among men whose roars in the field of battle destroy an army of elephants, will be the Udgatar and the Prastota. The eternal King Yudhisthira has Dharma in his soul. He knows about incantations and oblations and about the Brahman. O Madhusudana, the sound of the conch shells, drums, and kettle drums, resounding like roaring lions, will be the Subramanya. Nakula and Sahadeva, Madri's two illustrious and extremely valiant sons, will be the Shamitars. O Govinda, the chariots will have spotted flagpoles and will be stocked with spotless spears. O Janardana, these will be the sacrificial poles at the sacrifice. Shafted arrows, hollow arrows, iron arrows, arrows with heads like teeth of calves, and javelins will be the pots of Soma. The bows will be the streamers. The swords will be broken fragments from the jars. The heads will be the sacrificial cakes. O Krishna, blood will be the oblations offered at this sacrifice. Maces, lances, and unblemished clubs will be the kindling. The pupils of Drona and Sharadwata Kripa will be the superintending priests. The arrows unleashed by the wielder of the Gandiva, by Maharatas, and by Drona and Drona's son will be the ladles. Ladles. Satyaki will be the Prati Prasthanika. Dhritarashtra will be the performer of the sacrifice, and the great army will be the wife. O mighty armed one, when this Atiratra sacrifice is observed, the immensely strong Gatotkacha will be the Shamitar. O Krishna, because he was born from a fire, the powerful Drishtadyumna will be the Dakshina at the sacrifice when oblations are offered. O Krishna, I regret the harsh words I used against the Pandavas to please Dhritarashtra's son. I am now tormented by that. O Krishna, when you see me killed by Sabyasachi, that will be the punasthiti of their sacrifice. When Pandava roars loudly and drinks Dushasana's blood, that will be the drinking of Soma. O Janardana, when the two from Panchala bring down Drona and Bhishma, that will be the conclusion of the sacrifice. O Madhava, when the immensely strong Bhimasena kills Duryodhana, that will signify the end of Dhritarashtra's sacrifice. O Keshava, Dhritarashtra's daughters-in-law and granddaughters-in-law will gather together, their lords killed, their sons killed, their protectors killed. O Janardana, together with Gandhari, they will weep at the sacrificial site frequented by dogs, vultures, and ospreys. That will be like the bath after the sacrifice. O Madhusudana, O bull among Kshatriyas, these Kshatriyas are aged and learning and aged in years. Because of your doings, let them not have a fruitless death. O Keshava, let them, this entire circle of Kshatriyas, meet their death through weapons in Kurukshetra, the most sacred spot in the three worlds. O Pundarikaksha, O Varshneya, therefore channel your desires so that all the Kshatriyas can ascend to heaven. O Janardana, as long as the mountains are there, and as long as the rivers flow, the eternal fame of this deed shall resound till then. The Brahmanas will speak about the great battle of Bharata, O Varshnaya. In gatherings, they will proclaim the glory of the Kshatriyas. O Keshava, bring Kaunteya here to fight with me. O scorcher of enemies, always keep this conversation between us secret. I'll pause there.
Fabulous. It was actually better second time round. I was really focused. It's like I was just thinking, look, can you imagine actors rehearsing? That's what they do.
Yeah.
You rehearse Shakespeare. You don't just play it once and go da 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 da. No, you rehearse it again
Mm.
and
Absolutely.
again, and
Absolutely.
and that's what that I actually felt more power. I mean, that talk of Rodea. I know I shouldn't comment on the in the thing, but it's just classic, isn't it? It's just
Okay.
fantastic. Okay, I'm going to carry on now.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Kanai. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm going to follow now. You can follow me if you don't mind. Hurry
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
hurry on, Jai Shri Krishna. It's that I get a bit more brightness here. Second. Oh, okay, that's a bit better. Good. Jai Shri Krishna. The Mahabharata continues. Karna Upanivada Parva, 803, 140. Sanjay said, having heard Karna's words, Keshava, the destroyer of enemy warriors, smiled. Then he laughed and spoke these words. O Karna, are you not tempted by the offer of a kingdom? Do you not desire to rule the earth that I will give to you? The victory of the Pandavas is certain. There is no scope for any doubt on that score. The triumphal banner of the Pandavas can be seen, with the terrible king of the apes perched at the top. It was constructed by Bovana with divine Maya. It has been raised as radiant as Indra's banner. Many terrible and divine beings can be seen on it, evoking fear. It is not obstructed by mountains and forests. It has been raised up diagonally and is 1 yojana tall. O Karna, Dhananjaya's radiant flag has been raised and is equal to the fire in its form. When you see the one with the white horses in battle, with Krishna as the charioteer, using the weapons of Indra, Agni, and the Maruts, and hear the roar of Gandiva, as forceful as thunder, there will no longer be traitor Krita or Dwapara. When you see Kunti's son Yudhisthira in battle, protecting his great army with incantations and oblations as unassailable as Aditya, and tormenting the soldiers of the enemy, there would no longer be traitor Krita or Dwapara. When you see the immensely strong Bhimashena in the field of battle, dancing in the battle and drinking Shushan's blood, like a rutting elephant that has slain a tusker. There'll no longer be traitor, Krita or Dwarpa. When you see Madra's Mahabharata sons in battle, routing the army of Dhritarashtra's son like 2 elephants, shattering the chariots of enemy warriors, and engaged in hurling weapons, there will no longer be traitor, Krita, or Dwapara. When you see Drona, Shantanu's son, and Kripa in battle with King Suryodhana and Jayadratha of Sindhu, fiercely dashing to attack and restrained by such a Sabyasachi, there will no longer be Trita, Krita, or Dwapara. O Karna, depart from here and tell Drona, Shantanu's son, and Kripa this. This is a pleasant month with food and fuel easily obtained. The herbs and forests are ripe and prosperous now. The trees are full of fruit and with few flies. There is no mud. The water is tasty. It's not warm, nor is it cold. The time is pleasant. It will be the new moon 7 days from now. Let the fight begin on that day because that is said to be Chakra's day. Also, Tell all the kings who assemble to do battle, I will accomplish everything that you wish for. The kings and the princes who are following Duryodhana will be killed through weapons and attain supreme goal. 804141, Sanjay said. On hearing these auspicious and beneficial words from Keshava, Karna honored Krishna, Madhusudana, and spoke these words. O mighty armed one, knowing everything, why did you wish to confuse me? The destruction of the entire earth is imminent. Shakuni, Dushashan, and Dhritarashtra's son, King Duryodhana, and I are responsible. O Krishna, there is no doubt that there will be a great and terrible war between the Pandavas and the Kurus with the mud of blood. The kings and the princes who followed Duryodhana's instructions will be burnt in the battle with the flames of weapons and will go to Yama's abode. O Madhusudana, many terrible dreams are seen. There are fearful portents and extremely terrible omens. They signify the defeat of Dhritarashtra's son and Yudhishthira's victory. O Varshnaya, there are many signs, and they make the body hair stand up. The sharp and extremely radiant planet Shainishchara is oppressing nakshatra Prajaptya, implying greater suffering for all beings. O Madhusudana, Angaraka is retrograde in Jesta and is aspiring for Anuradha as if seeking its friendship. O Krishna, O Varshnaya, a great calamity confronts the Kurus, in particular because the planet is oppressing Chitra. The signs on the moon are distorted and Rahu is obstructing the sun. Meteors are showering down from heaven. There are storms and earthquakes. The elephants are trumpeting. O Madhava, the horses are shedding tears and no longer finding pleasure in fodder and water. O mighty armed one, when such omens are seen, it is said that a great calamity is at hand and that it will be the terrible destruction of beings. Okay, Shiva, it is seen that though horses, elephants, and men are eating little, they are releasing large quantities of excrement. O Madhusudana, the learned ones have said that these are the signs of the defeat of the entire army of Dhritarashtra's son. O Krishna, it is said that the mounts of the Pandavas are happy. The animals are circumambulating them from the right, and that is the sign of their victory. Kesha, but all the animals are circumambulating Dhritarashtra's son from the left. Invisible voices can be heard, and these are the signs of his defeat. Peacocks, Pushpashana Kunu, swans, cranes, chatakas, and masses of Jivakas follow the Pandavas. Vultures, crows, badders, hawks, utadanas, jackals, and masses of flies follow the Kauravas. There is no sound of drums in the army of Dhritarashtra's son, but even when they are not struck, the drums of the Pandavas are making a sound. The wells in the army of Dhritarashtra's son are making a sound like that of cows and bulls. That is a sign of his defeat. O Madhava, the gods are showering down flesh and blood. A radiant city of the Gandharvas has appeared. It has walls, moats, turrets, and beautiful gates. At dawn and at dusk, a black mace can be seen to envelop the sun. This signifies a great calamity. A jackal is howling terribly, and that is the sign of his defeat. Terrible birds with black necks hang around. Then they fly away towards the dusk, a sign of his defeat. O Madhusudana, he first hates the Brahmanas, then he hates the elders and faithful servants. That is the sign of his defeat. The eastern direction is red. The southern direction has the complexion of weapons. O Madhusudana, the western direction looks like an unbaked vessel. O Madhava, for Dhritarashtra's son, all the directions are on fire. These signs are seen, presage. These signs that are seen presage a great calamity. O Achyuta, I had a dream in which I saw a palace with 1,000 pillars. I saw Yudhishthira together with his brothers ascending this. All of them were seen to wear white headdresses and white garments. I saw all of them seated on beautiful seats. O Krishna, O Janata, I saw you in that dream. draping the earth strewn with blood, with entrails. The infinitely energetic Yudhisthira ascended a heap of bones. He happily ate ghee mixed with the prayas from a golden vessel. I saw Yudhisthira swallow the earth which you had given to him. It is evident he will enjoy the earth. Brikrodara, terrible in his deeds, ascended a mountain. That tiger among men held a club in his hand and seemed to be eyeing the earth. This clearly shows that he will kill us in a great battle. O Rishikesh, I know that where Dharma exists, this victory exists there. O Rishikesh, together with you, Dhananjaya held the Gandhiva and mounted a white elephant. He shone in supreme radiance. This was all the dream. O Krishna, there is no doubt that you will slaughter all the kings with Duryodhana at the forefront in battle. Nakula, Sahadev, and the Maharata Satyaki were adorned in white bracelets and necklaces and wore white garlands and garments. Those tigers among men ascended excellent vehicles that were drawn by men. Those three great ones had white umbrellas and garments. O Janardana, O Keshava, I saw three from the army of Dhritarashtra's son too, wearing white headdresses. You know who they are. Ashwatthama, Kripa, and Satvaka, Kritabhama. O Madhava, all the other kings were seen with red headdresses. O mighty armed one, O Janardana, ascended on a vehicle drawn by camels, Bhishma and Drona, together with me, Andrita's son, headed in the direction ruled by Agastya. The south, the direction of Yama and death. O Janardana, in a short while we reach Yama's abode. There is no doubt that I and the other kings and the circle of Kshatras will enter Gandiva's fire. Krishna replied, O calm. The destruction of the earth is now near. Since your heart does not find my words to be acceptable, O son, the destruction of all beings is imminent. That which is wrong appears to be right and is not removed from the heart. Karna said, O Krishna, O mighty Arman, if we remain alive, we may perhaps see you again after this great battle, which will lead to the destruction of all brave Kshatriyas. O Krishna, otherwise we will certainly meet in heaven. O unblemished one, now it seems that we will only meet there again. Sanjay said, Are you ready, Kanai? Saying this, Karna embraced Madhava rightly. Having obtained Keshava's permission, he ascended from the chariot. Having ascended his own chariot, decorated with gold, Radheya returned with us, dejected in his mind. Together with Satyaki, Keshava then left at a greater speed, repeatedly urging his charioteer, Go! Go! Can I? Are you ready, or shall I carry on?
Yeah, I can be ready. What page is it?
It's page 515, 805142.
Okay. 515.
515. It's at the top, right at the top. 805142.
All right. Hari Om. 805, part 142. Vaishampayana said, Krishna's entreaties having failed, he left the Kurus and went towards the Pandavas. Kshatta went to Pritha and in a soft and sorrowful tone spoke these words. O one whose sons are alive, you know that I am always inclined towards kindness. Though I have raised my voice, Suddhodana has not accepted my words. King Yudhisthira has the Chedis, Panchalas, Kekayas, Bhima, Arjuna, Krishna, Yuyudhana, and the twins on his side. Desiring Dharma, he has camped in Upaplavya. Though he is strong, Desiring friendship with his kin, he acts like one who is weak. King Dhritarashtra is aged in his years, but does not seek peace. Intoxicated by the insolence of his son, he is walking along the path of adharma. The dissension has arisen because of the evil intelligence of Jayadratha, Karna, Dushasana, and Sobala. Using adharma in this fashion, they rob the kingdom from one who follows dharma. But in this way, dharma's consequences bind one down. Who will not suffer from fever when the Kurus forcibly oppress dharma in this way? Keshava has left without obtaining peace, and the Pandavas will prepare for war. Thus, the bad policy followed by the Kurus will lead to the destruction of warriors. I think about this and cannot sleep, during the day and at night. Kunti heard these words, spoken by one who desired welfare. She began to sigh in grief, and her mind was also distressed. She thought, "Shame on Artha. It is because of this that there will be this great carnage of relatives. There can only be defeat in this war among friends. If the assembled Pandavas, Chedis, Panchalas, and Yadavas fight the Bharatas, what can be greater misery than that? I can see that there is a certain taint associated with war, but it is also there in the case of defeat in war. For those who are without riches, it is better to die. But there cannot be a victory in the destruction of relatives. The grandfather, Shantanu's son, the preceptor who is foremost among warriors, and Karna are with Dhritarashtra's son, and that increases my fears. The preceptor Drona will never willingly wish to fight with his disciples. Why should the grandfather not be kindly disposed towards the Pandavas? This leaves only one who unnecessarily follows the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Because of his evil delusions, he has always hated the Pandavas. He is immensely strong in his resolution, and he is also powerful. Karna has always been against the Pandavas, and I am now tormented by that. Today, I hope to turn Karna's mind towards the Pandavas. I will meet him, tell him the truth, and seek to obtain his favors. Satisfied, the illustrious Durvasa granted me a boon. When I dwelt in the inner quarters of my father, King Kuntiboja's abode, I was honored by the ability of summoning the gods. With a trembling heart, I thought about this in many ways, about the strength and weakness of the mantra, and about the Brahmana's boon. Because of the nature of a woman who is also possessed childish sentiments, I thought about this repeatedly, though I was protected by a trusted nurse and surrounded by friends. How could I avoid taints, and how could I preserve my father's reputation? How could I do something good for myself without committing a sin? Thinking about that Brahmana and bowing down before him, I was overcome by curiosity and behaved like a child. Though I was still a maiden, I summoned the sun god to me. Though I was a virgin, I conceived him in my womb. He was protected like my son. Why should he not listen to my words, which will be beneficial for the cause of his brothers? Thinking in this fashion, Kunti decided on an excellent course of action. So as to bring success to her objective, she went towards the Bhagirathi. On the banks of the Ganga, Pritha heard the sounds of incantations being recited by her compassionate and truthful son. He was facing the east with his hands raised up. The aesthetic lady waited behind him until the meditations were over. She was the daughter of a Kaurava and descended from the Vrishni lineage. She stood there, behind Karna's upper garments, oppressed by the sun, like a garland of lotuses that has dried. He was rigid in his vows, and meditated until his back was heated by the sun. When he turned around, he saw Kunti and joined his hands in salutation, as was appropriate, the immensely energetic one who was supreme among those who upheld Dharma honored her. Chapter 806, Part 143. Karna said, I am Karna, the son of Radha and Adhirata, and I salute you. Tell me, why have you come here? What can I do for you? Kunti replied, You are the son of Kunti, not of Radha, and Adhirata is not your father. O Karna, you have not been born in a lineage of Sutas. Know these words of mine to be true. While I was still a maiden, I gave birth to you. In Kuntiboja's abode, you were the first one I carried in my womb. O Partha, you are my son. The duty of the god Tapana Virochana is to produce light. O Karna, supreme among those who wield weapons, he gave birth to you through me. You were born with earrings and armor. You were born as the son of a god, surrounded in radiance. You were born as my invincible son in my father's house. Because of your ignorance, you do not know your true brothers. Since you are my son, you should not serve the sons of Dhritarashtra. O son, it is the determination of Dharma that the fruits of Dharma accrue to men who satisfy their fathers or their one-eyed mother. Footnote, Kunti does not mean that she is literally one-eyed. The one-eyed is probably a reference to her being partial towards her son, Karna. End of footnote. Earlier, Arjuna earned prosperity for Yudhishthira, and the sons of Dhritarashtra robbed it because of their greed. Separate yourself from them and enjoy it. Today, let the Kurus witness the fraternal union between Karna and Arjuna. Let those who are evil bow down. Let Karna and Arjuna be like Rama, Balaram, and Janardana. If the two of you are united in your minds, what can you not achieve in this world? O Karna, surrounded by your 5 brothers, you will shine like Brahma surrounded by the Vedas and the five Vedangas. You have all the qualities. You are the eldest and the best among all the relatives. The word son of a Suta will no longer be used for you. You will be a valiant Partha. Chapter 807, Part 144. Vaishampayana said, Then Karna heard a voice that issued from the sun. It was spoken affectionately like a father and came from the sun god himself. O Karna, Pritha has spoken the truth. Act in accordance with your mother's words. O tiger among men, you will obtain the greatest benefit if you act entirely in accordance with her words. Thus addressed by his mother and by his father, the sun god himself, Karna's resolution did not falter, because he was always established in the truth. Karna said, O Kshatriya lady, 'tis not that I disbelieve the words spoken by you, or contradict that acting in accordance with your words is the gate to Dharma. But your action towards me was extremely evil. By casting me out, you have destroyed the fame and renown that I could have possessed. I have been born a Kshatriya, but I did not obtain the rights that were due to a Kshatriya. All this was because of you. What wicked enemy could have done anything worse? You showed me no compassion at the time when it was required. You deprived me of my rights. but you are now asking me to act. Earlier, you have never sought my welfare as a mother. However, desiring your own welfare alone, you have now come to me and are addressing me. Who does not suffer when Dhananjaya is aided by Krishna? If I now go over to the Parthas, who will not think that I am frightened? I have not been known as their brother before. This has been revealed at the time of the battle. If I go to the Pandavas, who will who will speak of me as a Kshatriya? The sons of Dhritarashtra have given me a share in every object of desire. They have honored me and given me every kind of happiness. How can I act counter to that now? They have always served me and have always bowed down before me, like the Vasus before Vasava. They now confront a feud with an enemy. They think that with my life they can withstand the enemies. How can I act against the desire that is there in their minds? Using me as a boat, they wish to cross over to the other shore of this shoreless and impassable war. How can I abandon them? For those who have earned a living from the sons of Dhritarashtra, the time has arrived. I must devote myself to that task, even if there is a risk to my life. There are those who are satiated and treated well, but when the time arrives for a task, these wicked ones are ungrateful and act counter to what should be done. They are faithless towards the king. They are servants who steal the ancestral offerings of their master. These evil acting ones do not obtain this world or the next. In the cause of Dhritarashtra's son, I will fight with your sons. I will use all my strength and my power. I will not lie to you. I will seek to abide by the conduct of a non-violent and truthful person, but even if they are beneficial, I will not act in accordance with your words now. However, your appeal to me will not be fruitless. Though I can counter and kill them, I will not kill all of your sons in battle. Yudhishthira, Bhima, and the twins, everyone other than Arjuna. In Yudhishthira's army, I will fight with Arjuna. Having killed Arjuna in battle, I will obtain fruits, or I will be killed by Sabyasachi and attain fame. O illustrious one, the number of your sons will not be less than 5. You will either be without Arjuna and with Karna, or if I am killed, you will be with Arjuna. Vaishampayana said, having heard Karna's words, Kunti trembled with grief. She embraced her son Karna, who was firm because of his fortitude, and said, it must be this way then, O Karna. The Kauravas will go to their destruction, as you have said. Destiny is extremely powerful. O destroyer of enemies, but you must promise me about the safety of 4 of your brothers. You have given me that pledge, and you must discharge that promise. May you be safe and in good health. Pritha spoke these words to Karna. Delighted, Karna honored her. Then both of them left in different directions. I don't want to take over.
Madan? I mean, I think you could do a bit more. You didn't do that much. I mean, are you feeling up for a bit more?
Yeah,
Yeah?
carry on, carry
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I think there's a bit more in you, more in you there. It's really good. I tell you what, anyway,
Yeah.
illustration. I'm thinking Radha going to Kunti by the river and he's standing there. It's just so iconic, isn't it? It's just, woo, it's high drama. It's very rarely in drama do you get a kind of mother-son thing like this that's so conflicting.
Mm.
When he was saying that about being, I really felt it. I felt for
Yeah.
him, really. Anyway, carry on, please. Continue the bava.
Okay, here we are. Chapter 808. Part 145. Vaishampayana said, having returned to Upaplavya from Hastinapura, Keshava, the destroyer of enemies, told the Pandavas everything that had happened. They spoke to each other for a long time and held repeated consultations. So as to rest, Shauri went to his own residence, after having taken their leave of all the kings, headed by Virata. When the sun had set, the 5 Pandava brothers performed their evening prayers. Then their minds turned towards Krishna, and they had Dasharha brought for more consultations. Yudhishthira asked, O Pundarikaksha, when you went to Nagapura, what did you tell Dhritarashtra's son in the assembly hall? You should tell us that. Vasudeva replied, when I went to Nagapura, what I told Dhritarashtra's son in the assembly hall was true, healthy, and beneficial, but the evil-minded one did not accept it. Yudhishthira said, O Hrishikesha, Duryodhana cannot be controlled. When he deviated from the proper path, what did the grandfather, senior among the Kurus, tell him? What did the mighty armed preceptor Bharadvaja say? What about our younger father, Kshatta, supreme among those who uphold Dharma, tormented over his sons? What did he tell Dhritarashtra's son? What did all the kings who were in the assembly hall have to say? O Janardana, tell us everything, exactly as it happened. You have already told us all the words spoken by the 2 foremost among the Kurus, to the wicked one who is overcome by desire and avarice, and thinks himself to be wise. O Keshava. That was Bhishma and Drona. Foremost among the Kurus, to the wicked one who is overcome. Yeah, must be Duryodhana. O Keshava, but unpleasant things do not remain in my heart. O Govinda, O illustrious one, I wish to hear their words. O son, act so that time does not pass. O Krishna, you are our refuge. You are our protector. You are our preceptor. Vasudeva replied, O king, O Indra among kings, listen to the words that King Suddhodana spoke to me in the midst of that assembly of the Kurus. After I had spoken my words, Dhritarashtra's son laughed. Then Bhishma was extremely enraged and spoke these words. O Duryodhana, listen to my words for the sake of the welfare of the lineage. O tiger among kings, having heard my words, act in the interests of your own lineage. O son, my father was King Shantanu, famous in the worlds. I was the only son of someone who was the best among all those who had sons. He began to think, how can I have a second son? The learned ones say that having a single son is like having no son at all. How can my lineage not be destroyed? How can the fame continue to be extended? Having got to know about his desire, I brought him Kali as my mother. Footnote, Satyavati. Satyavati was dark and was known as Kali, dark, or Ganta Kali. End of footnote. For the sake of my father and my lineage, I took an extremely difficult oath that I would not be a king and would hold up my semen. Footnote, not be a father. This was a pledge extracted by Satyavati's father before Satyavati married Shantanu. And a footnote. This is known to you. I have cheerfully lived here, abiding by my promise, O king. Through her was born my younger brother, Vichitravirya, with Dharma in his soul. He was mighty armed and prosperous and an extender of the Kuru lineage. When my father ascended to heaven, I instated him in my kingdom as a king. I myself behaved like a servant who was inferior to him. O Indra among kings, after defeating an array of kings, I brought him appropriate wives. You have heard about this many times. I then confronted Rama in a duel. Footnote, the Rama in question is Parashuram, the story we told in section 60. And footnote, because of fear of Rama, The citizens banished him from the city. Footnote, that is, banished Vitrachaviria. The details of this I never know. End of footnote. Because of excessive addiction to his wives, he was soon afflicted by pulmonary disease. Without a king, the Lord of the gods no longer reigned down on the kingdom. The subjects suffered from hunger and fear and came and spoke to me. The subjects said, "All the subjects are decaying. For the sake of our welfare, become our king. O fortunate one, O extender of Shantanu's lineage, dispel these calamities. All your subjects are suffering from an extremely terrible disease. O Gangeya, Ganga's son, only a few ones are left. You should save us. O brave one, dispel this disease. As is Dharma, protect the subjects. When you are yourself alive, do not let this kingdom head towards destruction." Bhishma said, "The lamentations of the subjects failed to move my heart. I remembered that adherence to an oath is virtuous conduct. O great king, the citizens, my fortunate mother Kali, the servants, the priests, the preceptors, and the extremely learned Brahmanas were greatly distressed and kept urging me, 'Be our king. Kingdom protected by Pratipa is being destroyed. O immensely intelligent one, for the sake of our welfare, be our king.' At these words, I joined my hands in salutation. I was unhappy and extremely miserable. Oh, son, I kept repeatedly telling them about the oath I had taken to honor my father and for the sake of the lineage, that I would hold up my semen and would not be a king. O king, then I joined my hands in salutation and repeatedly told my mother, 'O mother, I have been born from Shantanu and will extend the Kuru lineage. It was for your sake that I took the oath, and I cannot falsify it. Even for your sake, do not impose this burden on me, O one who is devoted to her sons. O mother, I am your servant, awaiting your command.' O great king, having thus entreated my mother and the subjects, together with my mother for the sake of my brother's wives, I solicited the great sage Vyasa and sought the Rishi's favors for the sake of offspring. O supreme among the Bharata lineage, he showed us his favors and begot 3 sons. Being blind, footnote, the 3 sons are Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. And footnote, being blind and deprived of the rights, your father could not be a king. Thus, the great souled Pandu, famous in the world, became a king. Since he was a king, his sons are the inheritors of their father's share. O son, do not quarrel over this. Give them half of the kingdom. As long as I am alive, which man can rule the kingdom? Do not slight my words. I have always desired peace. O son, O king, I do not differentiate between them and you. These are also the views of your father, Gandhari and Vidura. The words of the elders should be heard. Do not ignore my words, otherwise you will destroy everybody, yourself, and the earth also. Should I keep going? Yeah. I'll go to 8:10.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
keep,
Yeah,
it's
man.
really great. Just keep going.
All right. Chapter 809, part 146. Vasudev said, after Bhishma had spoken, so that was Krishna telling that story. Krishna telling that story of Bhishma speaking. After Bhishma had spoken, Vasudev said, after Bhishma had spoken, Drona, who was capable of speaking, addressed these words to Duryodhana in the midst of the kings. O fortunate one, O son, just as Pratipa's son, Shantanu, was established for the welfare of the lineage, Devavrata Bhishma is also established for the welfare of the lineage. Pandu, the lord of men, was also like that. He was truthful and in control of his senses. He became the king of the Kurus. He had dharma in his soul. He was good in his vows and was extremely controlled. Later, the extender of the Kuru lineage gave the kingdom to his elder, the intelligent Dhritarashtra, and to the younger Kshatra. O king, O Kauravya, O unblemished one, after having established the one without decay in the kingdom. He left for the forest with his wife. Vidura, tiger among men, humbly accepted a position that was inferior to him, and served him like one fanning him with a whisk. O son, in the appropriate way, all the subjects accepted Dhritarashtra as the lord of men, just as they had accepted Pandu, lord of men. After having handed over the kingdom to Dhritarashtra and Vidura, Pandu, the destroyer of enemy cities, roamed around the entire earth. Vidura, devoted to the truth, was in charge of building up the treasury, gifts, the superintendence of the servants, and everyone's subsistence. Bhishma, the immensely energetic conqueror of enemy cities, was in charge of peace and war and the care of the king. While he was on the throne, the immensely strong King Dhritarashtra was always followed by the great-souled Vidura. Having been born in this lineage, how can you decide to break up the lineage? O Lord of men, together with your brothers, enjoy all the objects of desire. I am not saying this out of any weakness or for any riches. O supreme among kings, I eat what Bhishma gives me, not what you give. O Lord of men, I do not wish to draw my sustenance from you. Drona goes where Bhishma goes. Do what Bhishma has asked you to, O destroyer of enemies. Give the sons of Pandu half of the kingdom. O son, I have always behaved equally as a teacher to both you and them. The one with the white horses is the same to me as Ashvatam. That's one of the white horses, Arjuna. What is the need to speak a lot? Where there is dharma, victory is there. O great king, the infinitely energetic Drona spoke in this way. Then Vidura, devoted to the truth and knowledgeable about dharma, glanced towards his father's face and spoke these words. Okay. O, O Devavrata, listen to the words. That it is Bhishma, by the way. Glanced towards his father's face and spoke these words. Vidura speaking. O Devavrata, listen to the words that I am going to speak. This lineage of the Kauravas was destroyed, and you made it rise up again. Therefore, when I am lamenting, do not ignore my words. Who is the one named Duryodhana, born in this lineage? He is a defiler of the lineage. He is overcome by greed, and you are following his inclination. He does not behave like an Arya. Arya. He is ungrateful. He has lost his senses because of avarice. His father can see dharma and artha, but he acts contrary to his instructions. The Kurus will be destroyed because of Duryodhana's deeds. O great king, act so that the destruction does not occur. O immensely radiant one, earlier you created me and Dhritarashtra like a painter fashions a painting. Do not destroy us now, O mighty armed one. Do not look at this destruction of the lineage and ignore it, like Prajapati, who creates beings in order to destroy them. With the destruction imminent, if your intelligence has failed you, leave for the forest with me and Dhritarashtra, or swiftly bind down the wicked and stupid son of Dhritarashtra, who is extremely evil in his intelligence. Let the kingdom now be protected by the Pandavas. O tiger among kings, show your favors. A great destruction of the Pandavas, the Kurus, and the infinitely energetic kings can be seen. Having spoken in this way, Vidura, distressed in his mind, stopped. He was immersed in his thoughts and sighed repeatedly. Then King Sobala's daughter, scared for the lineage, angrily spoke words full of dharma and artha to her evil-minded and violent son Duryodhana, while all the kings looked on. This is Gandhari. Let the kings who have entered the king's assembly hall, the Brahmarishis and the courtiers, listen while I speak about your crimes and those of your evil advisers and followers. This kingdom of the Kurus is ruled through a continuous process of succession. That is the dharma of the lineage, as it has come down to us. With your wicked intelligence and violent deeds, you wish to cause injury to the kingdom of the Kurus. The intelligent Dhritarashtra is established in the kingdom with his younger brother, the far-sighted Vidura. O Duryodhana, because of your delusion and desiring to be king, how can you cross both of them? As long as Bhishma is there, the king and the greatly fortunate Kshatta are subservient to him. Since he knows about Dharma, the great-souled son of the river does not desire to be a king of men. The kingdom inalienably belonged to Pandu. His sons should now rule, and no one else. This entire kingdom belongs to the Pandavas, because it has descended to them from their ancestors, and they will leave it to their sons and grandsons. The intelligent Devavrata is devoted to the truth. He is great-souled and is foremost among the Kurus. We must accept everything that he has said about Dharma. We must act according to our own Dharma. Let us follow the one whose vow is great. Let the king and Vidura speak. Let us act in accordance with what our well-wishers say. For a very long time, let us hold Dharma up in front. Yudhishthira, son of Dharma, should rule. He has rightfully obtained the kingdom of the Kurus. This has been instructed by King Dhritarashtra, and Shantanu's son has said that this is the most important. I think you have to take over now.
Will I carry on?
Yes,
Okay.
thanks.
So, chapter 810, part 4, part 147. Vasudeva said, O Lord of men, when Gandhari had spoken thus, Dhritarashtra, Lord of men, spoke to Duryodhana in the midst of the kings. O Duryodhana, O son, O fortunate one, listen to what I am going to tell you and act accordingly, if you wish to respect your father. Soma Prajapati extended the lineage of the Kurus at the beginning. Nahusha's son, Yayati, was sixth in the line from Soma. He had 5 sons, all supreme among Rajarshis. The illustrious and immensely energetic Yadu was the eldest. Puru was younger than him, and he extended our lineage. He was born from Sharmishta, the daughter of Vrishaparva, who foremost among Bharatas. Yadu was the son of Devayani and was the maternal grandson of the infinitely energetic Kavya Shukra. The ancestor of the Yadavas was powerful and was honored for his valor, but because he was full of insolence and extremely evil-minded, he insulted the Kshatriyas. Because he was deluded by his strength and insolence, he did not follow the instructions of his father. The unvanquished one insulted his father and brothers. Yadu was the strongest one in the 4 corners of the earth. Having subjugated all the kings, he lived in Nagashavya. His father, Nahusha's son Yayati, was enraged. O Gandhari's son, he cursed him, threw him out of the kingdom. Yayati also angrily cursed his other sons. the brothers who were insolent because of their strength. The best of kings then instated his younger son, Kuru, in the kingdom, and he remained devoted to him. Thus, if he is insolent, an eldest son can be deprived of the kingdom. If he serves his seniors, even a youngest one can obtain the kingdom. My father's grandfather, Pratipa, knew everything about Dharma. He was a lord of the earth who was famous in the three worlds. That lion among kings ruled the kingdom in accordance with Dharma. 3 sons were born to him. They were famous and were like the gods in form. Devapi was the eldest and Ballika came next. O son, the intelligent Shantanu, my grandfather, was the third. Devapi was supreme among kings and greatly energetic. He was devoted to Dharma, truthful, and served his father. He was revered by the citizens of the town and the country. He was honored by the virtuous. He was loved by everyone, the young and the aged. He was generous and devoted to the truth. He was engaged in the welfare of all beings. He obeyed the instructions of his father and also those of the Brahmins. He was the beloved brother of Ballika and the great-souled Shantanu. Those great-souled ones were extremely fraternal towards each other. However, Devapi possessed a disease of the skin. In due course of time, the aged and best of kings made arrangements for the consecration in accordance with the sacred texts. The illustrious one performed all the auspicious rites, but all the brahmanas and the elders, together with the citizens of the town and the country, restrained him from consecrating Devapi. When the king heard about the prevention of the instatement, his voice choked with tears. The king sorrowed over his son. He was generous, learned about Dharma, and devoted to the truth. He was loved by the subjects. However, he was tainted by a disease of the skin. The gods do not approve of a lord of the earth who is inferior in his limbs. And because of this, that best among kings was restrained by those bulls among the Brahmins. On seeing that he was distressed and was sorrowing over his son and died because of this, Devapi resorted to the forest. Ballika also gave up the kingdom and went to his maternal uncle's lineage. He abandoned his father and brothers and obtained another prosperous city instead. O king, on Ballika's instructions after his father had died, Shantanu, famous in the world, became the king and ruled the kingdom. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, in the same way, I was the eldest, but was deficient in limb. After a great deal of reflection, the intelligent Pandu barred me from the kingdom, though he was younger to me. Pandu obtained the kingdom as a king, O destroyer of enemies. On his death, the kingdom belongs to his sons. If I could not obtain the kingdom, how can you desire the kingdom? This kingdom rightfully belongs to the great-souled Prince Yudhishthira. With his great qualities, he will be the protector of the lineage of the Kauravas. He is truthful, he is never distracted. He abides by the sacred texts. He is loved by his friends and is virtuous. He is loved by the subjects and is kind towards his well-wishers. He has mastered his senses and is the protector of righteous ones. Forgiveness, patience, control. uprightness, truthfulness to vows, learning, single-mindedness, compassion towards beings, and control. Yudhisthira has all these qualities of a king. You are not the son of a king, and you are not an Arya in your conduct. You are always greedy and evil-minded towards your friends. You are insolent. How can you hope to seize a kingdom that, according to the line of succession, belongs to another? Devoid of your delusion, give them half of the kingdom, with the vehicles and the attendants. O Indra among men, the remainder will be enough for you to obtain a living together with your younger brothers. Chapter 811, part 148. Vasudeva said, having been thus addressed by Bhishma, Drona, Vidura, Gandhari, and Dhritarashtra, the evil one was not brought to his senses, not understanding. He angrily rose, his eyes red with rage, wishing to give up their lives. The kings rushed after him. O king repeatedly instructed the kings who were bereft of their senses. The king repeatedly instructed the kings who were bereft of their senses. That's Duryodhana. According to the footnote. Go to Kurukshetra. It is Pushya today, driven by destiny, having made Bhishma the general, together with their soldiers, those lords of the earth, then cheerfully left. Oops. Those lords of the earth have assembled 11 Akshauhinis of soldiers. Bhishma is at the forefront, with a palm tree at his standard. O Lord of the earth, therefore, do what is appropriate under the circumstances. O King, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, I have repeated the words that were spoken in my presence by Bhishma, Drona, Vidura, Gandhari, and Dhritarashtra in the assembly of the Kurus. O King, hoping for fraternity, I first used conciliation to prevent dissension in the lineage of the Kurus and ensure the welfare of the subjects. And when I saw that peace was not acceptable, I resorted to alienation and recounted your deeds, divine and human. When I saw that Suryodhana ignored my words of conciliation, I assembled all the kings and tried to sow seeds of dissension. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, O Lord, I showed them extraordinary and terrible manifestations and superhuman exploits. I censured the kings. I denigrated Suryodhana. I repeatedly tried to frighten Radheya and Sobala. I repeatedly recounted the meanness of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Through eloquence and counsel, I tried to create disunity among the kings. Using conciliation again, I spoke to them about gifts, so that a division could be created in the lineage of the Kurus, and I could be successful in my objective. I said, the children, all the Pandavas, will abandon their pride and seek refuge with Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, and Vidura. Let them give the kingdom to you, and let them not remain as lords. Let it be as the king Gangeya and Vidura have said. Let the entire kingdom be yours, only give up 5 villages. O supreme among kings, surely your father can sustain them. Having been spoken to in this way, the evil-minded one was not ready to change his views. For that wicked one, I can see no other means but the 4th one of chastisement. Those lords of the earth have marched out to Kurukshetra, to their perdition. I have told you everything. that occurred in the assembly of the Kurus. O Pandava, they will not give up the kingdom without a war. All of them are headed for destruction and are confronting death. Then, Abhinirayana Parva, section 56. This section has 169 shlokas and 4 chapters. Abhinirayana means the act of marching out. The two sides march out to Kurukshetra. Chapter 812, part 149. Vaishampayana said, Dharmaraja Yudhishthira heard these words of Janardana. In Keshava's presence, the one with Dharma in his soul then spoke to his brothers. You have heard what transpired in the assembly hall, in the assembly of the Kurus. You have also thought about everything that Keshava has said. O supreme among men, therefore, divide my soldiers now. 7 Akshohinis have assembled together for victory. Listen to the names of 7 generals when I recount their names. Drupada, Virata, Drishtadyumna, Sikandi, Satyaki, Chekitana, and the valorous Bhimasena. All these generals are warriors who are ready to lay down their lives. All of them are learned in the Vedas and are brave. All of them possess good conduct and are devoted to their vows. All of them are humble and know about policy. They are skilled in the art of war. They are skilled in the use of arrows and are capable of fighting with all weapons. One who will lead all 7 armies must know about army formations. He must be able to withstand Bhishma, who is like a fire with flames as arrows on the battlefield. O Sahadeva, O descendant of the Kuru lineage, tiger among men, you tell me first, who is capable of being our general? Sahadeva replied, he has been with us in our times of unhappiness. He is a valiant king. He is conversant with Dharma and resorts to it. We resorted to him to obtain our share. Powerful Matsya, Virata, is skilled in the use of weapons and is unassailable in battle. He can withstand Bhishma and those Maharatas in the field of battle. Vaishampayana said, when Sahadeva, eloquent in the use of words, had spoken these words, Nakula followed with these words. He stands out in age, learning, fortitude, birth and noble lineage, humility and greatness of family. He is illustrious and skilled in the use of all weapons. He learnt the use of weapons from Bharadwaja. He is unassailable and is devoted to truth. He has always rivaled Drona and the immensely strong Bhishma. He is a general who prides himself on being foremost in the array of kings. He is surrounded by sons and grandsons, like a tree with 100 branches. In anger, together with his wife, this lord of earth performed terrible austerities for Drona's destruction. He is brave and adorns any assembly. That bull among kings is always supported us as a father. Our father-in-law, Drupada, should be at the head of our army. He will be able to withstand Bhishma and Drona. That is my view. O king, this king knows about divine weapons, and he is a friend of Angiras. When Madri's 2 sons had spoken, Vasava's son, Savyasati, the descendant of the Kuru lineage, who was like Vasava himself, spoke these words. He arose through the power of austerities by satisfying the Rishi. He is immensely strong and is a divine person. He is like the fire in his complexion. He bore a bow and a sword. He was clad in armor. The spirited one was ascended on the chariot that was yoked to celestial horses. He arose from the bed of fire. The valiant one's chariot roared like a gigantic cloud. The brave one is capable of withstanding a lion, and he is like a lion in his valor. He has the sinews of a lion, his mighty arm. He has the chest of a lion. He is immensely strong. The brave one roars like a lion. He has the shoulders of a lion. He is immensely radiant. He has excellent brows. He has excellent teeth. He has excellent chin. He has excellent arms. He has an excellent face, and he is not thin. He has excellent clavicles. He has extremely large eyes. He has excellent feet. He has an excellent stance, like a rutty elephant. He cannot be penetrated by any weapon. He has been born for Drona's destruction. He is truthful and a master of his senses. I think that Drishtadyumna can withstand Bhishma's weapons, which are like lightning in their touch and are like serpents with flaming jaws. Like the fire, they descend with the force of Yama's messengers. They are like the terrible Vajra in their impact, and Rama himself confronted them once in battle. I do not see a man who can withstand the one with the great vow, Bhishma, with the exception of Drishtadyumna. O king, that is my view. He is swift in the use of his hands. He is a colorful warrior. It is my view that he should be our general. He is handsome, wears impenetrable armor. He is like an elephant that leads the herd. Bhima said, Shikandi, Drupada's son, has been born to kill him. O Indra among kings, this is what the assembled Siddhas and Rishis said. When he uses divine weapons in the midst of battle, men gaze at his form as if he is the great-souled Rama. O king, when there is a fight, I do not see anyone who can pierce Sikandi with a weapon in battle when he is armored and is astride his chariot. O king, in a duel, no one other than Sikandi can withstand Bhishma, who is great in his vows. I think that this brave one should be our general. Yudhishthira said, O sons, the substance, lack of substance of everything in the universe and the strengths and weaknesses of everything, past and future, are known to Keshava, who has dharma in his soul. Whoever Dasarha Krishna names should be our general, regardless of whether he is skilled in the use of weapons or not, regardless of whether he is aged or old. O sons, he is the root, whether it is our victory or our disaster, our lives, our kingdoms, our successes and our failures, our happiness and our unhappiness are vested in him. He is the one who has created, and he is the one who has placed. Our success is based on him. Whoever is named by Dasarha, Krishna, should be the general of our army. Let the one who is foremost among speakers speak, because the night is passing. Having appointed a general under Krishna's instructions, when the rest of the night has passed, we will march out to the field of battle, anointing our weapons with fragrances and performing auspicious ceremonies. Vaishampayana said, having heard Dharmaraja's intelligent words, Pundarikaksha glanced towards Dhananjaya and said to Yudhishthira, O great king, it is also my opinion that the powerful and valiant warriors who have been named as possible generals of the army are all capable and can crush the enemy. In a great war, they will generate fear in Indra, not to speak of the avaricious sons of Dhritarashtra, evil in their intelligence. Almighty armed one, O destroyer of enemies, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, to please you, I have made great efforts to bring about peace. We have paid off our debt to Dharma, and we can't be blamed by those who wish to do that. That childish son of Dhritarashtra thinks himself to be wise and thinks that he has become successful because of his strength. He thinks that we are weak. It is best to arrange our army. I think that they can only be persuaded through death. Dhritarashtra's sons will not be capable of standing up when they see Dhananjaya, and enraged Bhimasena. The twins were like Yama and the intolerant Dhristadyumna, seconded by Yuyudhana, Abhimanyu, Draupadi's sons, Virata, Drupada, the leaders of the Akshohis and the Indras among men were firm in their valor. Our armies have substance. They are invincible. They are unassailable. There is no doubt that we will kill the forces of Dhritarashtra's son in battle. When Krishna had spoken in this way, those best of men who were delighted in their hearts, and a great roar arose from them. Get it yoked! The soldiers swiftly rushed around. There were sounds of horses and elephants, and the roar of wheels in every direction. There was the tumultuous sound of conch shells and drums in every direction. When the Pandavas marched out with their soldiers on every side, the unassailable army looked like the overflowing Ganga. Bhimasena and Madri's armed sons were at the front of the army. Subhadra's son, that's Abhimanyu, Draupadi's sons, Parshata, Dhristadyumna, the Prabhadrakas, and the Panchalas followed Bhimasena. The sound that arose was like the ocean at the time of the full moon. The delighted soldiers roared as they proceeded and seemed to touch the heaven. The armed forces were happy and were capable of penetrating the ranks of the enemy. Kunti's son Yudhishthira advanced in their midst. Wagons, carts for vending, brothel houses, caravans, treasure chests, war machines, armories, physicians, doctors, the invalids in the army and the thin and weak troops, and the attendants were gathered together by the king and advanced. The truthful Panchali Draupadi remained in Upaplavya with the women, surrounded by servant maids and servants. Pandu's sons advanced after leaving stationary and mobile troops behind to guard the camp. They also left a large defensive columns. O king, they proceeded while distributing cows and gold to the Brahmanas who were gathered around and praised them as they rode on chariots decorated with gems. The Kekayas, Drishtaketu, the lordly son of the king of Kashi, Shreniman, Vasudan, and the unvanquished Sikandi were cheerful and satisfied. They were armored and held weapons. They were adorned in ornaments. All of them surrounded and followed King Yudhishthira. Virata, Yagyasena of Somaka, Sudharma, Kuntiboja, Dhristadyumna's sons, 40,000 chariots, 5 times that number of horses, 10 times that number of infantry, and 60,000 riders were at the back. Anadrishti, Chekitana, the king of Chedi, and Satyaki, all these surrounded Vasudeva and Dhananjaya and marched. They reached Kurukshetra, armed and arrayed in battle formations. The Pandavas seemed to be like roaring bulls. On entering Kurukshetra, those destroyers of enemies blew on their conch shells. In similar fashion, Vasudeva and Dhananjaya also sounded their conch shells. When they heard the resounding roar of Panchajanya, which was like the roar of thunder, all the soldiers rejoiced. The sound of conch shells and drums mingled with the leonine roars of those swift ones and echoed on earth, in the sky, and among the oceans. There was a spot that was plain and pleasant, with plenty of fodder and fuel. King Yudhisthira made the army set up camp there, avoiding the cremation grounds, sanctuaries of gods, hermitages of rishis, and places of pilgrimage. This was an agreeable region without any salinity. It was pure and auspicious. Kunti's son, Yudhisthira, the lord of the earth, made arrangements for a camp there. When the exhausted mounts had rested, he cheerfully advanced again, surrounded by hundreds and thousands of kings, wandering around in every direction. Partha and Keshava drove away hundreds of platoons from the army of Dhritarashtra's sons. Parshata Dhristadyumna and the powerful charioteer Yuyodhana Satyaki measured out the camp. This reached up to the sacred river Hiranvati in Kurukshetra. It was easy to cross there. The water was pure and was free from stones and mud. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Keshava had a moat dug up there. For the sake of protection, he instructed that a platoon of troops should be posted there. In the appropriate way, Keshava also instructed that hundreds and thousands of camps should be erected for the other lords among men, along the lines of those for the great-souled Pandavas. They had an abundance of water and kindling there, and they were unassailable. They were stocked with items of consumption, food, grain, and drink. There were separate and expensive camps for those kings. O Indra among kings, they looked like vimanas that had descended on the surface of the earth. Hundreds of wise artisans who were paid wages were employed there, and there were extremely skilled physicians with every kind of requirement. King Yudhisthira ensured that strings of bows, armor, weapons, honey, clarified butter, mountainous heaps of resin and sand, plenty of water and fodder, chaff and charcoal were made available to every camp. There were giant machines used in war, iron arrows, javelins, swords, battle axes, bows, and armor to be worn by the men on their chests. There were elephants clad in armor with spikes attached to them. They looked like mountains, and each was capable of fighting 100,000 warriors. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on learning that the Pandavas had set up their camp there, their friends arrived at that spot with their soldiers and their mounts. They had observed brahmacharya, they had drunk soma, they had given away large quantities of dakshina. Those lords of the earth now assembled for the victory of the sons of Pandu. We'll stop it there, because then it's going to be Janani Jaya in the next chapter.